secret, something I'm going to tell you, a magic word, a spell, going to make you be surrounded with women who want to have sex with you all the time.
How can I get better in fashion? What tips could you give them?
Oh, there's one tip. There's one tip that overrules absolutely everything.
A man could do to make himself more attractive to women.
The most asked question of this particular session. Talk about my suits and the way I dress.
So, before we begin, I want to address my video about Andrew Tate's style advice because I've gotten some backlash from viewers who never gave the video a few seconds. Now, I understand the allegations and controversy revolving around the Tate brothers, but I'm not here to talk about any of that. This video is just purely to talk about their style advice, nothing else. Maybe a little bit of the men's lifestyle here and there, but I'm not here to talk politics or turn this into a Tate worship channel or anything like that. I'm staying in my lane with this channel, but if you feel a certain way about the Tate brothers, then that's on you and you can skip this video altogether. Let's begin. Now, this video is going to be a bit different here because Tristan doesn't have a full-length video like Andrew talking about, fashion advice. So I had to do some research and compile a few clips of him talking about it in a podcast and stuff. Just by looking at Tristan Tate, the guy, he's a complete stud. You can put a fragrance bottle in one of his pictures and it would be an instant ad because he's just that good looking. But, let's just listen to what he has to say. And yeah, let's start.
Now, there's a part to this no one wants to hear. Everyone, most guys are looking for a quick fix. You're looking for a secret, something I'm going to tell you, a magic word, a spell, an incantation that's going to make you be surrounded with women who want to have sex with you all the time. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. It is a recipe. It's a recipe which includes lots of hard work. And this is something I call being a man in demand.
Now, I believe this video is like a dating course, but I do appreciate the truth bomb from the get-go about, a magic pill or spell not existing. But I noticed that he is much more humble than his brother and takes pride in his appearance, whereas, Andrew is a bit over the top and it's just more about, status.
Makes you a man who women want to fuck. If you're not a man who women want to fuck, if you are lazy and you're broke and your Instagram looks terrible and you're fat as fuck and you look like shit and you're not smart, you're not interesting, you're not funny, you're busy all the time, how many women do you think you're going to get? Zero. It doesn't matter what you apply of what I know. You have to be a man who has some level of demand about him to be an elite level playboy. So we're going to take these 5 F's in a row. The first one, fitness. Now, I don't mean just physical fitness, but how well do you look? Women care about looks. They do. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I try my hardest. Right now, as we film, April the 11th, I'm in quarantine. My beard isn't trimmed. My hair isn't cut nicely. But most of the time, I'm walking around with a nice trimmed, razored beard. My haircut is always on point. I've gelled my hair. I've dressed nicely. I'm wearing a designer shirt, nice watch, nice shoes. I'm presentable to the world. I work out. I'm physically fit. I'm not always in the best shape, but I do my push-ups every morning. I do my boxing, I do my training, whatever training you do, you have to do it. Fitness is important. How fit do you look? It is basic human evolutionary biology. Oh, look, this big, strong, handsome guy, he'll give me nice children. Women may not think that exactly in their heads, but it's a big part of what makes women want to have sex with you. If you disregard it, if you think, oh, well, I'm rich. It doesn't matter, I'm a big, fat, ugly I've got loads of money, women will want to fuck me. They won't. They may fuck you if you pay them, but that isn't what this is about. That's not being a playboy, that's being a customer. And I'm not teaching you how to be a customer. So yes, you do have to be presentable. You have to look your best. Train as much as you can. Make sure your hair is the way that you like it. I don't know, don't get your hair cut if you have long hair, whatever. Do whatever makes you look good. Fitness is essential because it's something that women desire. And there are general rules to women. No woman on earth thinks, I love big, fat, ugly guys. I mean, there are guys who like fat chicks, maybe, No woman on earth wants a big, fat, ugly dude who gets out of breath when he walks up the stairs. Not a single one. So you take that general rule and you think, okay, I want to be as attractive as I can to as many women as possible. Don't be a fat, lazy fuck. Rule number one, if you're a fat, lazy fuck, get to the gym. You're not going to be able to live like me until you do. Get into reasonable shape, at least. Being the fat, lazy fuck is not attractive to women. Fitness is essential.
Okay, so he emphasizes fitness a lot here. No argument with that one. I encourage everybody to work out and get in the best shape possible. It has definitely, made me more successful with women, than when I was like very lanky. But you don't have to be like Chris Bumstead here. A simple summary is to be in reasonably good shape. Let's continue.
Now, with these general rules, when I say women don't like guys who are big, fat, and ugly, you can take everything else I say in the 5 Fs and apply them exactly the same way. I am not every woman's type. A lot of women look at me and think, you know what? I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. Don't like the way he's shaped. Don't like his height. I'm too tall, maybe, for some women. Yeah, if they're short. I don't like this. I don't like that. Cool. I'm not every woman's type. Neither are you. Nobody is. I know some handsome dudes. They're not every woman's type. They can't be. However, being fit makes it far more likely that you are going to be the type of the women you meet. So absolutely, this is an essential rule. The first of the 5 Fs, being a man in demand, is fitness. Look your best, train hard. Women like to feel safe. They like to feel protected. They like when you put your big arms around them. They like if you can pick them up. Women love that. Get to the gym. Now, some people have further to go than others. Yes, some people are genetically blessed. If this is you, you may work out once a week and have an iron 6-pack. I don't have a 6-pack right now. That may be you. Cool. Lucky you. You may work out 5 times a week and still look like shit. Then you simply have to try harder than the other guys. Being a top 1% guy, everyone's born with different attributes. You're born smarter. Okay, it's easier to get rich. You're born with better genetics. Okay, it's easier to get fit. You're born wittier. You're raised in a better environment. Okay, it's better to be funny and make them laugh. Everyone has advantages and disadvantages, but you need to maximize all of these as much as you can. As much as you can, regardless of who you are. And some have further to go than others. But if you're not taking into account your fitness at all, you're not going to get the girls I get.
Okay, so I know we haven't gotten to the style advice yet, but damn, that's a great message. We were all not dealt the same cards, right? But that doesn't mean we can still, play the game. Continue.
Being cheap isn't cool. The advice you read on the internet, be cheap, save £3.50 and don't buy that coffee, make a coffee at home. No, don't make a coffee at home. Go to a cool cafe and drink their fancy coffees every day. Tip the waiter heavily, then you're that guy. You go there and they're on a date. Tristan, how are you doing, sir? There are ways that nerds think you could be entertaining that don't work. Having a Lamborghini, for example. Having a Lamborghini does not make women want to have sex with you. It makes little boys want to drive around in your car. Women don't give a shit about driving around in your Lamborghini that much unless they like you. You have to make it fun. If you reply, yeah, that's my car. It has 600 horsepower and I got the tires custom from Germany and the body kit is actually from a custom body shop in Bucharest and I changed the color and I've got a special steering wheel. The girl's gonna be like, cool, see you later. If you're a boring twat, it doesn't matter what car you drive. McDonald's. This was my routine. I go to McDonald's, I had a few pounds to my name, I roll in the window, hi, I need an ice cream McFlurry. Yeah, bring me an ice cream McFlurry, but put extra love in it. What did you say? Extra love. Extra toppings? No, extra love. I'm on a date, I need to make her fall in love with me. Okay. The girl's laughing her ass off. She thinks it's hilarious. I give her ice cream. Is it working? Are you in love with me yet? Why'd you take me to McDonald's? Well, you weren't wearing high shoes. Ha ha ha. I didn't have any money. For what you know, I don't know who you know. But you know, killed a mosquito. See? Boom. I'm a ninja. All of my women, all of my girlfriends, all the sex that I have, all the dates that I go on, there's no 70-hour week where I can accommodate that. I'd have to cut my women, I'd have to cut them in half. Literally. The F word. You have to fuck your women right. Not just for them. I've covered about how it keeps relationships together. But fuck relationships. I'm talking about bitches, sluts, girls who are at your table, one night stands. Put the work in. I'm not going to tell you how to I'm not going to tell you how to please a woman. If you don't know, then you're never going to be an elite playboy. You never will be if you can't. But when you do it right, it gets you more women. It really does. Women talk about this shit on a scale you have no idea. Believe me, you have everything else on point and you fuck your girl and you only last 30 seconds and then you fall asleep, you're a joke. You can't live like me if you neglect these things.
Okay, so I sat through this whole thing and he just goes off on topics that I'm not covering here. So yeah. Now the next clips are from interviews and podcast shows. Let's look at those.
Fashion advice. Fashion advice. You're like, it's amazing every time you put it together. So 22-year-old guys watching this, how can I get better in fashion? What tips could you give them?
Oh, there's one tip. There's one tip that overrules absolutely everything. Be in shape. The person who makes my suits, the same person who makes the suits of King Charles of England. Now, I have nothing bad really to say about King Charles, but he looks worse in his suits than I look in my suits. They're made by the same people. Why? Because I'm in good shape. A suit is all about how it fits you. It's not about, I have to be Tristan Tate, I'm going to go to Savile Row in London and I'm going to buy a $10,000 suit. No, get into good shape. Buy a Hugo Boss suit. For a couple $100, maybe $1,000, you could put one together. Have your mother, have someone you know with a sewing machine, taper it in a little bit at the sides, make sure that the leg is the exact right length. But if you are shaped like a man in good shape, the suit's gonna look good on you. There's no way you can be obese, lazy, out of shape individual and go to my tailor and come out of my tailor shop, regardless of how much you spend, looking like me. Being in shape is the #1 fashion advice I give to anyone. It's the old Versace t-shirt, on a big fat guy versus just a plain $5 t-shirt on a guy who's in decent shape. That's my advice to young men. Be in good shape and buy clothes that fit you. That overrules absolutely every single fashion rule that anyone could give.
The man makes the suit doesn't make the man.
Absolutely.
Well, I was expecting one gray, one navy blue, one this, one that. No,
3 different
be in
colors.
shape.
No, be in shape.
It's actually the best
Be in
advice you
shape
could possibly
and
give.
own one suit. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we learn
Now, once again, it all ties down to the shape you're in and nailing down the fit of the suit you're wearing. Now, I want to add a little bit more to that because Tristan is just generalizing here on being physically fit, but the suit jacket is supposed to, give your body a masculine silhouette, which is shaped like an upside down triangle. Bodybuilders refer to this as a, V-taper. So the triangle, it starts very wide up top and just tapers down. So when looking at the suit jacket or a masculine physique, you will notice broad shoulders and chest while it transcends down to a tapered waist. Now that is the silhouette the suit jacket gives to the wearer, but without the suit jacket, let's just say a t-shirt, if you have a built chest and shoulders and a slim midsection, then you already have a masculine shape that women would find attractive. I've actually done a video covering this on why women find men in suits attractive. I will link it somewhere below or above for you guys to watch. Now, you do not need a suit from Savile Row to look great in a suit. You could get any suit you can afford and get it tailored to fit you. Maybe even go the custom route, which with me to measure, but I wouldn't buy a Hugo Boss suit. I know it's a respected brand, but there are better options out there for less money. I gotta say, Tristan is really pulling off the all black look here. But one thing I noticed kind of irks me a little bit. Let me see if you can spot it. Can you see it? I'm not sure if he knows about the $1 million collar. I think with those added to his shirt, it will just add more sharpness to his already sharp style. I'm actually wearing a shirt with it pre-installed. I am about to make a review on it right after this video, which is why I'm talking about it. But yeah, let's move on.
What would you say are the top 5 things which a man could do to make himself more attractive to women?
I think number one has to be get in shape.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be get in shape. I mean, obviously you take getting in shape more seriously than almost anyone I know, But even myself, like I was out of shape at the beginning of this year because I had some problems with my arm that I was fixing and I couldn't train. I just looked at myself in the mirror, even though I wasn't in horrible shape, just thinking, Jesus Christ, this is abysmal. So and I think that the standard the standard you set on yourself is what's attractive. Yes, the great body and the physical shape comes with it, but I feel like women are attracted to that in general. I mean, there are athletes, there are boxers who, you know, they're a bit fat, MMA fighters, you know, a lot of them, look at some of the heavyweights, they're not in the best shape in terms of bodybuilding aesthetically, but the fact that they're up every day learning how to fight, you know, working, training in the gym, it does something to your mind as well as your body that women find attractive.
Now, as you can see in this clip, his answer is always getting into shape and setting a standard for yourself. I'm not sure about what he meant about the heavyweight athletes, but I think he was referring to being confident in the process, no matter what shape you're in. I think that's what makes you attractive to women.
So that has to be number one. More attractive to women, learn how to talk, learn how to be funny, learn how to deal with women. You know, some people just have no idea how to speak to women and how to be around women. Understand that, I don't know how many this is, understand that male psychology and female psychology are very, very different. You know, some people with no experience with women, they will think that women think like men, which is one of the biggest mistakes that I think people make in general. You know, young guys are like, literally, they'll send pictures of their naked pictures to girls they like. No. You'd like it if she sent you a naked picture. And even if you're flirting and she seems interested in you, maybe she's interested in you, don't send her a picture of your like that's correlating male and female psychology in a bad way. That's just an example.
Now, I left this part in because looking attractive isn't the end all be all. There are other avenues you must take to be the total package, I guess you can say. And this is where I found some common ground with Andrew's advice in my last video. Looking the part will only buy you like 5 seconds. From then on, it all comes down to, you know, your social skills, your personality, your body language, etc.
There's not a single female alive who will sit there and go, I don't like this guy. I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like how he thinks. I don't like how he talks. But he's wearing a Gucci t-shirt, so I'm going to fuck him anyway. That's never going to happen. It's all about everything else. The clothes you wear really are, unless they're totally awful, really ain't going to make too big a difference. So how to dress like a G is a very short lesson. You can find your own sense of style. It's all about how you feel when you wear the clothes.
You know, there's something else I want to go to on this, because a lot of guys will look at you and say, okay, well, he's 6'4", handsome as good beard, rich, his brother's Andrew. But I actually have a lot to say about that, because there's another version of you that either lives in Luton or lives in the States that's fat as
Yeah.
on the back of a garbage truck or working in some kind of facility.
Or skinny as
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you say about the guys that think they have no hope and give up? Because I'm a firm believer. Okay, maybe you're not Tristan Tate, fine. Maybe you're not 6'3", but for God's sakes, man, you're probably somewhere that's in a good spot. And I would much rather live in Indiana and be the king of my town and have like 3 or 4 girlfriends that maybe are 7 or 8s than completely check out the game completely. And I'd love to hear what you have to say about that as well.
Well, like you said, I mean, the 6'4" thing, fine. I would have been tall regardless.
Right.
I would have been 6'4". But if I was a really skinny dude who, you know, had no money, sat at home playing the Xbox, you know, I'd have no receipts on social media. No one would know who I was. You know, I'd probably have a patchy beard because of low testosterone, because I've never done any training in my life. That guy's not getting laid. 6'4" or no 6'4". And what people don't want to hear is that to become Tristan Tate was a slow process of hard work that took me 15 years. And I'm still working on myself. I think the Tristan Tate in 3 or 4 years is going to be a much better version of who I am now.
Right.
And what a lot of people want to do is, you know, blame their circumstances, but they don't understand that. I mean, height aside, you could change every circumstance about you. Right. You could change how handsome you are. You could change how fit you are, how strong you are, how rich you are, how smart you are. I'll talk to women about intellectual things and, you know, books I've read and, you know, history and so, you know, I love this stuff. Yeah. But why do I know all that? I couldn't afford a university education. I educated myself. So a lot of the things women like about me, my height aside, I created for myself. And I would much rather have everything else. So you dudes who are out there who are 5'8", why aren't you jacked and smart and rich and driving a fucking Lamborghini, and charming and funny? And, why aren't you?
Right.
But you'll have none of those things and you'll be like, oh yeah, Tristan, well, you're 6'4". As though everything else wasn't my own creation, wasn't my own hard work, because it was.
Now, I have to say this is like my favorite clip from Tristan. It doesn't come down to just one thing that makes you attractive. And Tristan refers to his height in this clip. Like, yeah, he's 6'3", 6'4", but he had to work on areas of his life that made him Tristan Tate, not just height alone. So don't blame your genetics, height, penis size, etc. for your circumstances. Maximize what you can about yourself, and don't compare yourselves to others and just blame it on something you don't have. Take me, for example. I'm no Tristan Tate, but there was a dark time where I would have just stayed stagnant because it was something that I knew at the time, and I was surprisingly comfortable in that position. I'll post a side-by-side comparison of who I was then and where I am now. But yeah, very dark times, and yes, I am happy to still be here, alive. So overall, I say this was a great take from Tristan. No fluff, just straight to the point advice. And if this video gets enough likes, I'll make a separate video on how to dress like Tristan Tate, like I did with Andrew, because not all suits are the same. There is an art to dressing like this man right here.
Like it, and we're gonna get into why I don't like it.
Wait. What's wrong with my suit?
What's there to like about your suit?
What the? I thought we were cool, bro.
Someone sends me a clip of you talking about how all suits are the same. Now, I agree with a lot of what you're talking about, and I really think you're a smart guy for your age. But all suits are the same? What's next? Are all watches the same? Are all cars the same? These tell time cars get from A to B. They're not all the same, bro.
Okay, but this is coming from a brokey. This is coming from a brokey. I don't have a bunch of suits. The only time I wore suits was for graduation and prom. I'm 23. I don't be going to business meetings on a regular basis. But come on, you gonna tell me that I can't get married in this?
When I was 23, I didn't know shit about suits either. So I'll put that out there so everyone knows that I'm not trying to pull the moral high ground on you. No, if you wore that to prom, look, the lapel's wrong, man. You got a notched lapel. That's a business suit. You need to have a peaked lapel if you're trying to be fashionable.
What the fuck is a lapel? What are you talking about?
That, yeah. It needs to flare out more. And the way your shirt sits underneath it is just, you know what? I should have worn a suit myself, but I didn't think we were going to get into this. So it's midnight in Bucharest. I thought, let me just wear a t-shirt and let's have some civil discussion and not bring the suit thing up.
I don't even want to wear it anymore.
But anyways, guys, that wraps up this little reaction video. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're a fan of Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate and they've changed your life in some ways, I would really love to know about your story in the comments below, because as of right now, they're like the most influential guys out there. And yeah, it's just crazy how much buzz they're still getting. But yeah, guys, see you in the next one. Peace.